Hey guys, I'm Elle. I got my tea. Let's get into this. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about 21 things we no longer buy or have found sustainable and cost-effective alternatives. We made these switches or cut these things out because we're trying to get out of debt as quickly as possible so that we can pursue our dream of living on a 1-acre homestead. We stopped purchasing these because when people would visit, they would leave them behind, or we also find them on the street frequently, and obviously we wash them before we use them. And then my mom purchases hair ties, and then if she doesn't like them, she passes them on to me. So we just felt that we really didn't need them. I actually wear my hair down quite frequently. I only really put it up to work out, and my husband does wear his hair back quite a bit, but we'll kind of use a hair tie until it is completely disintegrated. So we don't really go through them that quickly anyway. So I don't like makeup, wear makeup. I do have one lip stain that you can also use as a blush. Sorry. I'm not good with beauty product lingo at all. And I used that for my wedding day, and then I just also borrowed mascara from my mom that day for my eyelashes. I also don't use any products to actually wash my face. I just use water, and every now and then I will do a bentonite or a honey mask, bentonite clay or honey mask on my face. I never went that frequently to begin with on those, but I decided I never really liked the way that the paint felt on my nails after I got my nails painted. So when we were trying to get out of debt, I just decided to kind of cut that out. So I no longer paint my nails, and I'm fine with that, and I just use like a clipper and a nail file to shorten them because I also don't like them long. And then for my hair, I used to go to a more expensive hair salon. Now I just go to Jane Madeline's school, and that's like $16 I think to get your hair cut, and I go kind of like every 4 months. But in quarantine, we have, I think like most people, been cutting our hair, and my friend actually works at a salon, kind of gave us a couple of pointers. So we've been cutting our own hair and have been actually really happy with how it's been turning out. I think it looks pretty good. I never had this. I feel it's a waste of money, and my husband is a gamer, so we only have one TV, and so most of the times he's on there anyway playing games, so we just felt it was pointless to get cable once we moved in together. Once again, we have a Netflix subscription, so we kind of donated all of our DVDs. We still do buy CDs because we both really love music and listening to music, and we also have some records that we play on our record player. I've never actually purchased these. I kind of go through apps quite frequently. I'll download an app, then decide I no longer need it, or find a better app, so I delete it. And so I just felt it was always kind of a waste of money to actually purchase an app that I might never actually use, or I would delete in the future and never reuse. We do have quite a bit of pieces around, but all of the pieces that we have in our home, we either collected before we knew each other and kind of mean quite a bit to us, came from our childhood, or are pieces that we've collected together, friends have made, family has made, or we've picked up along on travels. And so as long as it kind of means something or has a function, we keep it in our lives and in our house. We don't really keep that kind of stuff around. We felt like we didn't need it. We definitely don't need to waste money on purchasing it. I am someone who can't deal with clutter very easily, and so I do go on decluttering binges quite frequently, and so knickknacks were kind of the first thing to go, just because they never really meant anything to us. I kind of just use a all-purpose cleaner for every space in our house, and I make it myself. It's vinegar, Dr. Bronner's soap, and I think I put lavender in it. I haven't made it in a while. It lasts a really long time. I have a recipe that I can link down below. So because I've been not using artificial scents for so long, I've become super sensitive to like any smell, and so we've had cut out scented anything for quite a long time. So we have no Febreze, no dryer sheets. We actually just use wool balls, and every now and then I'll put a couple drops of essential oil on them if I want my clothes to smell like anything, or scented candles, scented cleaners. Actually, all of our furniture we actually got for free, either from family and friends or we found on the street. You never really realize that until now. So the only new purchase that we ever make is our mattress, which I think most people understand why we do that. And then we kind of just put our own spin. I'll paint or refinish the pieces to kind of make them our own. We didn't really purchase these like once out of college, but every now and then we would need paper for something. I'm actually really lucky with my job. I get notebooks free all the time, so I have a small stash at my desk that I use there, and then I'll either bring a notebook or pieces from the notebook home for when we need it here. I also get this as well for free from work, so we no longer have to purchase those. So I'll keep a few at my desk. We have one here for when we need to sign stuff or write stuff down. I never really liked plastic wrap, honestly. I always struggled to get it out of the thing and rip it, and it would always cling together. So when I came across beeswax wraps a couple years ago, and we pretty much use them for anything from like covering a bowl to putting sandwiches in, apples in, you name it. Never really purchased like the large 24-pack plastic bottles for our house, but like when we were out and about, if we needed some water, or my husband still kind of drinks soda, we would purchase them. But through work, I was also able to get 2 free water bottles, so we've been lucky that way as well. And so now we kind of just use them whenever we're going for a hike, going out for the day, traveling. They have been amazing. We save so much money now, especially traveling, because we can just kind of refill that anywhere, and we're not paying to purchase water. We no longer buy plastic bags. It's been quite a long time. And we have containers that we can put stuff in. We have the beeswax wraps that we can put stuff in. So we just felt purchasing plastic bags, single-use item, didn't make sense. When I found out like the cost per year that you spend on paper towels, I was like, what? That is crazy. I don't know, I never did the math honestly to find out if we were spending that much, because it was like an article that I read, but I just was like, this is crazy. It's a single-use item. And so we purchased cloths that we could use to wipe stuff up. We put them in our laundry and rewash them and reuse them. In hindsight though, like we probably could have just used like old t-shirts that we were no longer wearing, and so we do that now actually for the cloths we used to like clean with. So we have separate towels from like the kitchen to like cleaning the bathroom, because we didn't want to cross-contaminate. We only own a NutriBullet that I got from my sister and her fiance that I use because we didn't have one, and I make smoothies quite frequently. So we have that. We also have a mixer that we got as a wedding gift, and we got a KitchenAid. Actually, is it also a KitchenAid air fryer? And then we also have a Keurig machine, and we use them quite frequently. I refuse to kind of purchase anything I don't think I'm actually going to use in the kitchen, because cooking is not my forte. My husband is much better at it than I am. I like simple, 30 minutes or less, 5 ingredient recipes. So I have looked at like maybe getting a slow cooker. I just don't know if I'll ever actually use it, so we haven't made that purchase yet until we know we're actually going to use it. So I make a shopping list weekly. We only buy what we're going to use for that week. because when we lived at a different apartment than this, I felt like we were always purchasing food and never actually using it, and then it ended up going bad and we had to throw it out. And it's just not a good use of your money. It's also not a good use for the environment in general, because you're wasting all this food that other people could have used and actually eaten. And so I was getting very frustrated with that. So we made the switch to make sure that we're only purchasing things, one, that we know we will definitely eat, and two, that will last at least a week. I have 3 reusable bags, and I know I've said it over and over again in this video. Through work, I was able to get free reusable bags. So we have 3 of them that we take to the grocery store with us, so we no longer have plastic bags. We do still use plastic bags that we get from our parents because they still use them, and we actually use them for our trash because we compost all of our food waste, and we also try to purchase things, many things as possible, not in packaging. We don't make a lot of waste, and so it just didn't make sense to buy a trash bag for it to sit in the trash for like 2 months. So we do use the plastic shopping bags for our trash, and then once that's full, pretty much actually still takes us like 2 weeks to fill that up. We then bring it down and put it in the trash. So I never really started purchasing fast fashion until I was in college. Prior to that, I either got hand-me-downs from family and friends. As I got older, I would get hand-me-downs from my mother, my grandmother. So it wasn't until college where I actually had to kind of purchase my own pieces, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I started purchasing fast fashion. Once I kind of got out of college and started like noticing how bad it was for the environment, I started thrifting. So 90% of my wardrobe is actually thrifted, and then pretty much 5% of it is purchased new from ethical, sustainable companies. For instance, my outfit today is actually all from Everlane, and then I also do have some pieces from Beta Capsule. They have multifunctional pieces, so they have a dress that you can zip off at the waist, and then it becomes a shirt, and then they have a cardigan, I believe it's right, a cardigan is a button-up, right? I think so. And so you can actually, you can make it a turtleneck, and then you can unbutton that, and then it can become a cardigan, and then you can button it up and flip it around, and it becomes a sweater. So I just love their multifunctional pieces, because I like to keep things as minimal as possible and as simple as possible, and I will be doing a future video in the near future about my capsule wardrobe. So yeah, so that is the 21 things we no longer buy or have found sustainable alternatives for. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Say bye, Buzzy.